So I just met Dr. Fantastic. I can happily say that he is absolutely on to something. The Be Fantastic movement can move the needle for a lot of people in this world and move the needle for the world and make it a better place. You should pay attention to him.
Welcome to day 626. Dr. Fantastic here with some more interesting news, motivation. I'm calling this episode The Insanity of Humanity. Someone mentioned the other day that I should do a TED Talk, TEDx talk. It costs a lot of money, but it'll get a lot of my information out there. And that's what I do every day. I give people information. So, the insanity of humanity. 4.5 billion years to get to this point in existence. And I'd say in the last 200 years, we pretty much screwed the pooch. We're going to have to leave the planet to continue our species for all intents and purposes. This is the toilet now. We've polluted the Pacific Ocean, 70% irradiated because of Fukushima. We've got a plague going around the world. We've got wars and violence and greed, and it's pretty bad shape. So I feel I'm on a pretty good track to make people feel a little bit better by encouraging them to be kind. And one of the things I say is words matter. And people use the word good a lot. And the definition of the word good is morally right. So you can say, oh, this is a pretty good drink. I just said it's a morally right drink. Now, it's delicious, so I might say it's a fantastic drink. Words matter. The words we say matter. And words have energy. Words have power. Words have meaning, obviously. And so you get asked that, you hear that word every day, good. You've heard it for 675 years when they invented the question, how are you? And everyone says, I'm good. And most people don't know where the question came from. The question was invented, like I said, 675 years ago to save your life. So this is a little bit of a history lesson today as well on how far we've come. And it's kind of apropos I should tell you the story because 675 years ago, they had a thing called the Black Plague, where 200 million people died. If you came close to someone and they had the plague, you died very quickly. So in those days, they invented a question to literally save their life. So they'd yell off to their friend, how are you, from a great distance. And back then, when they invented that question, there was only two answers. No one said, okay, all right, so far, can't complain, so far so good, not too bad. They only had two answers. One was, I've got it. That was the answer you didn't want to hear, because you're certainly not going to visit them if they say they've got it, unless they were a total ass and needed company and said, come on over. Or they yelled out, I'm well. So when the question was invented, the great answer was, I'm well. I don't have the plague. Come visit me. Today, everybody, every day, for their entire life, in every country, when they greet another human being, they're asked, how are you? And I've come up with a better answer. I've come up with an answer that makes you feel great, look great, live longer. It's an act of kindness to say it. It's going to make the world a more civil and kinder place. And that's the word fantastic. Try it. Say, I am fantastic. Now, if this was a TED Talk, I would go to the audience and say, let's do an experiment. Say, we are fantastic, and get them all to say that. Then say, you are fantastic. And then say, I am fantastic. The energy is amazing. The word fantastic has energy, positivity, kindness, and love in it. So words matter. I used to have 4 commitments to my Be Fantastic philosophy. And the 4th was say kind words, like the word fantastic. It's an act of kindness to say it. But now I realized after a couple of years of doing this, no one ever corrected it, that you don't say kind words to a drink or your car. Well, some people might. But you say it to people. So commitment number 2 is be kind to others. So when you say hello, I think everyone should say hello. Everyone should smile at one another. That's being kind. Everyone should let people into traffic and open doors, and they should be kind to everyone. We have to live with them. Too many people are just so concerned about making money, they push you aside and run you over on your car if you're in their way. But so being kind is very, very important. Not to argue, not to fight, not to bully, belittle, tease. So those are important things. The most important commitment, and I'm jumping around here a little bit, is to be kind to yourself. Accept as you are. I'm a bald old guy, so I can't change my age and I can't change the baldness. I can put a wig on, but that's not being me. Accept yourself as you are. Someone's going to like an old bald guy one day, maybe, but it's okay if they don't, because relationships are a lot of work. I could talk hours. On relationships. You got a few. Was married 38 years, dated a lot of women, traveled around the world. So I think I give fantastic advice on relationships. They start out really fantastic, heart beating, everything's, hormones are flowing, and then 30 years later, it's not so exciting. At any rate, so where was I? So the being kind to yourself is the most important thing in the world. Being kind to others is the second most important, because we have to live with one another. You don't have to. You can get out like I'm doing. I'm kind of like a hermit now in Sharm el-Sheikh, Egypt. I've got a lot of friends, a lot of ambassadors, but I pretty much keep to myself now. And then the third most important commitment, because even though if we're kind to everyone and we can't breathe the air, what's the point? So it's be kind to our environment. Use less things. Buy less. Consume less. Use less energy, electricity, and water. We have too many people. We have to conserve. We have to reuse, not recycle. And being kind also means don't litter. 4.7 trillion cigarette butts get thrown on the ground each year, one at a time. One of those cigarette butts caused a forest fire, many forest fires, many deaths, lots of destruction. We need to take accountability for our actions. There's islands of these plastic bottles in the ocean, the size of Sharm el-Sheikh. Islands! And they were thrown down on the ground, one at a time. There are all kind of prizes. Prince William's given $1 million prize to someone who figure out how to clean up the world. I figured it out with 3 easy commitments. If you be kind to the environment, you're not going to litter, you're not going to pollute, you're going to conserve less, and it's going to save the pollution, it's going to save the environment. So it's called taking accountability for your own actions. So the other day, the guy was smoking a cigarette, one of my ambassadors, and it was cutting down to the end, and I said, what are you going to do with it? And of course, he's going to throw it on the ground, because it's so easy, and everyone does it. And I said, what are you going to do? He said, I'm going to throw it on the ground. I said, no. He said, everyone's doing it. You heard that, when you're a kid, you said, everyone's doing it. And I said, well, if everyone jumps off the bridge, you're going to do it. So we need, even if this is one cigarette butt, it adds up. 4.7 trillion. We got a little construction going on here, so it's getting noisy. Anyway, I just wanted to do a little bit of a TED Talk. I got the 3 commitments in. I got being kind to yourself. So we'll do it another day. And have a fantastic day. Be fantastic. Be kind to yourself, others, and the environment. And let's make the world a better place. I'll talk to you tomorrow. And now, good silence, of course.
Welcome to the Be Fantastic channel, where you will find many fantastic interviews with amazing people.
Visit the top world museums,
Incredible zoos,
beautiful national parks.
special events, and much more.
These videos are designed to educate,
Inspire.
motivate, and entertain you.
We hope you will enjoy them.
Join the Be Fantastic philosophy.
Please subscribe.
Like and share.
Overpopulated cities around the world have caused people to become a greedy, selfish, and litigious society. Would you like to be happier, live longer, never be forgotten, and help make the world a kinder, more civil place? It's actually easier than you think. Every day you're asked, how are you? Instead of saying good, say, I am fantastic. It will make you look better, feel great, and reduce your stress. Making the world a better place starts with each person. Please join the Be Fantastic movement today.